Hey everyone, I'm very happy to announce that we hit 304 subscribers. So we are above the 300 goal. I am very thankful to all of you who have subscribed. I sometimes question, why? What's wrong with you? Something wrong up there? But, I very thankful. That's awesome. The next goal, I think, is 400. If I extrapolate the numbers, it might be a little while, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's fine. I mean, I enjoy making the content, and that's all that really matters in the end, right? Is that enjoy what you do. But yeah, I am so happy to be there, and it wouldn't be I wouldn't be there without you guys. It's all the comments you've left, upvotes. Sorry, wrong platform. Likes and any kind of sharing. It's all helped immensely. So thank you. Um, I am looking forward to all the new content I have planned out. I hope to keep improving as time goes on. I can definitely do better. I will let you in on a little secret. I actually tried to do, excuse me, jeez. I tried to do a video of myself, but it was so out of sync, the audio with my lips, that I just couldn't put it in. So I might work on that. I'm not a huge fan of putting my image out there on the internet. I don't want to subject anyone to that. It's just not fair to you, really. I'm just protecting you. But we'll see what happens. I want to add that more personal touch, and that seems to be one way to do it, other than this disembodied voice. But we'll see what happens. So, other than Blades, I was actually in the United Kingdom, England to be specific, all of last week. So it was a very short notice business trip over to England. It was my first time to Europe, and it was quite an experience. I uh I didn't quite fit in. You One thing I never really thought about until someone told me before I left was, make sure you look the right ways when crossing the street. They drive on the opposite side of the road from the US. So, I mean, I'm so used to looking left, right, left when crossing a street, as we were taught since we were children, that it's a very hard habit to break, apparently. And that could get you run over in England very easily. At least when I was walking around London, they put on the streets which way to look. So that's very nice of them. Because I mean, I got so confused at times based on that. And also, a thing about England that really got me and really made me stand out was I asked for iced tea at like pubs and stuff, and like the whole pub went silent, and everyone looked at me, and then there were these murmurs about like from these old men, "Brr, iced tea," and yeah, so my request for iced tea didn't go over very well at pubs or restaurants. And I drink a lot of iced tea, not with sugar. I just drink it, unsweetened. And apparently that is not a big thing over there. So I ended up having a lot of water. I'm not a big beer drinker. I've never met a beer I liked, so it was a rough time. I did get to have some traditional English cuisine. So I had, what was it? Mushroom and steak pie. And that was really good. I like that a lot. I mean, it's steak, mushrooms, and potatoes, normal vegetables, not like squash and other random stuff that we get here in the United States that they like to throw on there. But yeah, so that was good. I got to walk around London for like 6 hours, and that was really neat. I didn't really have any plan, so I stopped at Harrods. That place is ridiculous. It's like it is the most expensive place I've ever seen. They had these there was this cool watch shop. It was a bunch of squares. I forget the name. of the watch now, but I was looking at these watches, and this woman who, I guess, saleswoman came up talking to me. I think she was a model. I think everyone in Harrods selling stuff with a model, male and female. And we were talking about it. I'm like, oh, these are really neat. And she's like, well, this one starts at $40,000. I was like, oh. And then he's like, well, our entry level one is $6,500. Like, oh, okay. I think I better leave. I don't. That is a bit out of my price range for a watch, and $40,000 is out of my price range for a car, much less a watch. It was a sweet watch though, and I don't know if they're the kind of negotiating kind of place, but I don't think I could have negotiated them down. I saw Buckingham Palace, which was neat. They had an exhibit next door for the Crimean War and the Romanov Russian and English relations. So I kind of checked those out. Those were very neat. I got souvenirs for my family. And then I just started walking. Like I said, I went and hit Harrods. And then I walked up to, I can never say it right, Trafalgar Square, which is like Times Square, but London. And I just, I walked around a lot. I saw a bunch of embassies. They were cool. I love the architecture. I mean, there's a lot of old and new, a lot of cool stuff. And I had dinner with a friend who just happened to be in London at the same time. So I ended up walking about 7 miles around London, and my feet were killing me. It was a bad idea. I should have taken some sort of public transportation. But the best part was the weather was like great the whole time I was there. It was sunny and not rainy. So I got really lucky. I had pre-made YouTube videos the weekend before to run throughout the week, but I forgot Friday. The flights were all right. I mean, I arrived safely and getting there and home, so I can't complain too much. Flying economy, coach, of course, because my work would not pay the extra $500 to get me up to premium, which I'm not going to talk about that. I managed to sleep a good chunk of each flight at least, so that was good. The food was really good. I was surprised on American and British Air, so that was a nice surprise. And I did a video about the games I played during the flight when I wasn't sleeping. So yeah, it was a cool trip. That was my first trip to Europe. Not too many delays. There was a funny thing on my way back from when I was going through customs coming back home. I do have global entry, but it didn't help me out of this. So they when I went through global entry, it printed out a receipt with an X through my picture. I'm like, whoa, that can't be good. So I handed it to the guy. He's like, you need to go see this guy in this line. And he kind of looked at me and he's like, you need to come with me, sir. I'm like, uh-oh. So they took me to this room and had to sit there. And they checked some things. They asked me a bunch of weird questions like, do you have any tattoos? Have you ever lived here? Long story short, there's another person with my name and birth date who is a parent. No, my name and similar locations who is apparently not very law abiding. So there was apparently their system wasn't good enough to tell the difference, even though we had different social security numbers. I would think that would be a big way to differentiate between us, but apparently not. So they thought I was some criminal. Luckily, we got that sorted out, and I could, be on my way, and I didn't end up in, prison for a crime I didn't commit. So yeah, that was my week last week. It was a cool week. Like I'm happy I did it, but that jet lag on the way back was brutal, and the short notice was brutal. Why it was there was brutal, but I did have some fun, and I'm very happy to be back home and making videos on a regular schedule instead of trying to churn them out in a weekend for the whole week. That's not very good for anybody. But again, thank you very much, guys, for the 304 subscriptions. I hope I continue to put out good content, make hopefully in entertaining content. That's what I'm trying to work on. I don't want to be just a utility channel where I answer people just come for questions. I'm working on trying to be more myself on these videos. This kind of video is a good start, I think, to that, and we'll see more to come. Anyway, have a great day, and I guess a great weekend too. That's coming up quick. All right, thanks a lot, guys. See you later.